Alright, good afternoon everybody. Happy Saturday and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we are in a British Airways Airbus A320neo. Our legs are from Newcastle to London and then London to Glasgow. As you can see, the airplane is currently on the stand with the jetway connected. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Normally when I would start the stream, the airplane would already be powered on, the navigation systems would already be aligned, and the only thing that we would be left to do would be to calculate our performance and put in our routing. But today we're going completely from cold and dark. So let's jump into the cockpit and get the airplane powered up. As you can see, we are all powered down. Nothing is powered up in the airplane just yet. We need to get some power to our screens right here. So the first thing we're going to do is come up top to our two battery switches up here. Battery 1 comes into the on position, followed by battery 2. Alright. Once the chimes have stopped, we will turn on external power right here from our ground power unit. Chiming has stopped. Ground power coming on. Airflow will initiate into the cockpit, and our screens come on as well. Let's get the brightness on these turned up so we can see them a little better. Get all of our screens. ECAMs are going to come up. Same thing with the first officer side. Our autopilot brightness is going to come up. Coming up top, we will just turn on our overhead integrated lights as well. Alright, looking good. We're all connected to ground power now. Let's go down here to our FMC. We need to start aligning the airplane. Click our init button. Alright. We're going to want to come back up top. We're going to want to turn on our IRSs right here, starting with number 1, number 2, and number 3. Wait for the on bat light to illuminate here. Alright, there we go. There's the on-bat light. Let's come back down here and let's get our flight plan starting to get calculated. We are going from EGNT, which is Newcastle International Airport, to EGLL, which is London Heathrow. Plug it in, hit return, IRS init. That's where we're going to want to go next. That's going to align the airplane. It's going to tell the navigation computer exactly where the airplane is, so we will get accurate navigation data. So we're going to click on Align on Ref. Align on Ref. Ooh, I know why. One more click to the right, I believe. Right. Now we should be able to align on reference. Maybe not. What is going on here? Turn these back to nav. No, these need to be on nav. We need to come back down here and align on reference. Come on. There we go. Confirm align. Alright, so our IRSs are now aligning, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want to get our navigation computers programmed so we know exactly where we are for our routing. Click on return and let's start entering in our flight plan information. Our company route, if we want to come over here to our fly pad, we can grab that right from the main display. Company route is NCLLHR, so we'll just simply come over here and type that in. Oops. NCLLHR into the company route. In it goes. Our flight number today is BA1018. Plug that in. Our cost index, which will be right over here as well, is 26. And our cruising altitude is 230. It seems to be quite low to me. Let me just check something real quick. I mean, yeah, we only have a flight time of 48 minutes, so it makes sense. We're not going very high, so 230 it is. 230, and our cost index again is 26. Okay. 26. Alright. Excellent. So we are pretty much all set on the initiation of the airplane. We check these zero fuel weights right here, which for us today, our zero fuel weight is 140.5. Plug that in. Maybe not allowed. Hmm. 140.5. So what's our center of gravity then? Is that going to give that to us? Over here? Center of gravity. Don't know if we are going to be able to find that, actually. Normally, it would automatically input that for you. And you came over here and entered in. Not allowed. Okay. Whatever. We can put in our block fuel, though. That's easy to find. Come up here to our EFB. Our block fuel, you can see right here, is 11,166. Or 11 point. Alright. Let's try our... Oops. Try our zero fuel weight again. Not allowed. Okay. Whatever. Alright, we gotta program our flight plan now. From EGNT, we'll come over here, find our routing. We are going out of runway 25 on the GLL 3X departure. Yep, runway 25 on the GLL 3X, right here. And it's looking like it's going to be a direct departure out of here. It doesn't look like there's going to be a transition. Right. Insert that. Perfect. We are in to go. From there, our first waypoint is Gurley. Girli for Gurley. Enter that in, insert it. From Gurley, we are going on the P18 airway to Glasgow. So Airways, want P18 to Glasgow. Perfect. And then we're hopping on the P16 to Ribble or Ribble. So P16 to Ribble. From there, we are hopping on the UP16 airway to Croft. UP16 to Croft. And then from there, we're going direct to NUGRA. So insert that in. Come down to wait, what? Uh-oh. What did we do? I think we may have messed something up here. In fact, I think we did. I think we're going to have to delete this out. Yep. That's what I thought. And same thing with this Nighthead. Don't know what that is, but that's gone now. Now we're going to Croft directly to NUGRA. Insert that in. Alright, now let's get the arrival in to London. Our arrival is going to be on 27 left via the NUGR1H arrival. 27 left, a classic arrival for Heathrow. We don't have that arrival, huh? Alright, we'll just insert that straight in then. Alright, so let's check out our flight plan and make sure it is in properly. Alright, so runway 25, early. Just go everything here, make sure it all looks correct. Oh no, I shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that. Let's see if that fixed it. It did not. Uh-oh. Needs to be clear that discontinuity out. FF27. Let's try this here. FF27 left. Let's see. Is it this one? We're gonna find out. Yep, there we go. I think we're good now. Okay. Alright, flight plan is all set to go. Thank goodness, I really thought I messed something up there. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to start the APU and get her going. So one of our left fuel pumps is going to come on. Our APU bleed is going to come into the on position. Our APU master start switch is going to come into position. And we're just going to click on the start button. That means the APU is going to start powering up. Because of that, we're going to turn our beacons on, make sure our navigation lights are on, turn our fasten seatbelt signs on, as well as our no smoking signs, and our emergency exit lights are going to be illuminated. Coming down here, we are going to make sure the cockpit door is locked, assuming as we are beginning preparations to start our engines and push back. So our cruising altitude today, like I said, is only 23,000 feet. We're not using ATC today, so we're just going to go right up to cruising altitude. 23,000 feet is going to be entered in there. Let's start to get our performance calculated here. Flaps are going to be 1 for takeoff. Flex to temp, we're going to aim for 35 degrees. Let's get our V speeds entered. Alright, so we want V2 put into our speed bug, so that's 140. There goes the APU bleed now. We're getting air into the cockpit and the cabin. Looking good, so our performance is calculated now. Next phase, we don't need any of this yet. We only need to enter in our destination data once we get there. Perfect. Come back over to our flight plan page and let's just get down to... There we go. Alright, looking good. Let's put that onto ARC. Take a look outside. So we're going to have to push back, and it's going to be a fun little pushback. We are going right behind us right here, and it's going to require a little bit of a weird turn. Hey Mom, nice to see you. She said, I'm here, can't hear too well, it's real loud. Oh, you're at work, I see. Well, thank you for tuning in, even though you're at work. I really appreciate it. Let's get back in the flight deck and let's begin planning our pushback. Pre-planned pushback, we're going to get pushed right here. So in here. Perfect. Get that entered in, get our barometric pressure reset. Close this here. Alright, I think we should be good to go, so we're going to get the rest of our fuel pumps turned into the on position here. Our APU generator is on, so we can turn off the external power. Let's see, everything else is looking good. Should be all set to push back. So, let's ask the ground crew to push the airplane back.
Cockpit to ground.
This is ground. Stand by.
And let's go outside. Jetway is disconnecting. Okay, he's all connected.
Doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
He's going to lift us up
Parking brake set. Lifting
to not
gear
cause
ground.
damage to the nose wheel and the nose wheel tires while he's pushing us back. Now that we're pushed up, we're going to get inside the cockpit here because we are going to be ready to
Okay,
start the
cruise
engines
push
any
start.
second now.
Please release parking brake.
Parking brake is going to come off.
Parking brakes are released.
Ignition switches are going to come to the right.
You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
And we're going to start engine number 2 first. Engine number 2 coming on. Let's go outside. There she goes. Thank you, my 2 viewers, for being with me today. So far, like I said, first flight is Glasgow to, well, I lied, Newcastle to London, and then London to Glasgow. Engine number 2 sounds like we had a good start there. Let's start up engine number 1. Stay inside the airplane for this one.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Setting the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Alright, engine 1. It sounds like we have a good
Startup
start.
is complete. You
Let's
may
hop back into the
disconnect.
cockpit. Our
Roger.
ignition source can come down to normal. We will come up top and we will
Holding position waiting
disconnect
for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
once we get confirmation that our generator has come on for engine number 1, which it just went there, which means we're going to turn off APU bleed and turn off the APU in general. Alright, looking good there. We should be getting air coming to the cockpit any moment now that our bleeds are on, our packs are on. There it goes. Excellent. First thing we're going to want to do is test our hydraulics and test our control surfaces, which is our flight controls right here. So first thing we're going to do is full left aileron. You see them moving there. Full right aileron. There we go, in the green. Full back elevator, full forward elevator, and now full rudder left and full rudder right. Alright, that's looking good. We're going to get flaps to setting number 1. Come over to the wing view. See the slats come down. flaps are down. We're going to come up top now and turn on our taxi lights into the taxi position and our runway turn-off lights on. We are good to start taxiing, everybody. For a taxi, I am going to be using the head tracking. There we go. Lower ourselves just a little bit, zoom in a little bit more. Just make sure we're clear on both sides, which looks like we are. Parking brake is going to come off. Let's get rolling, everybody. All right, rolling we are. Let's start turning. Going to runway 25, which is the runway off to our right. All right, now that we're rolling here, let's get a good look at our map just to make sure. We're gonna follow this taxiway straight over here and take a left. All right, I know where we need to go. We're gonna take this left right here and the only right-hand turn option. Let's get head tracking turned back on. Take this next right-hand turn right in front of us. And once we get on this straightaway here, we will start the before takeoff checklists as we taxi to the runway. The first thing we need to do is we need to put the auto brake into the maximum position. Like so, auto brake is set to max. Cabin, we're going to let them know we're going to be taking off shortly. Hold in the cabin alarm. Spoilers, we're going to look down here, we're going to arm our spoilers. There we go, the spoilers are armed. Staying straight on the taxiway, I hope. Head tracking is kind of hard sometimes. We're just going to configure our takeoff by clicking in the takeoff configuration button right here. It's going to test it and make sure that we are good to go. Takeoff configuration is normal. Perfect. The only thing left to do is get to the runway and take off, everybody. Absolutely beautiful day here in Newcastle. Is that? Oh, I see. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Our parking brake is having a freak out for a moment there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Never fails that something weird always happens when we're streaming, huh? Alright. Get the airplane moving again. How's everybody doing today? Anybody got any plans? Got anything fun going on? See 3 of you watching me here. Thank you for watching, as always. As we taxi down to runway 25 at Newcastle in the UK. Down to the right. Nice scenery, nice trees. Using head tracking software today, so as my head turns left and right or up and down, so does the camera. Using a app called OpenTrack, which you can download right on your phone. It's not obviously quite as good as Track IR, but you know what? It's something. It's at least some sort of head tracking movement for the simulator until I can get Track IR. Just really not trying to spend the amount of money that Track IR is going for right now. You know, apparently a lot of people are going through that same issue. Is the pricing on Track IR can just be a little crazy sometimes, especially on Amazon, and I'm just not trying to spend more than I have to. Alright, we're coming up to the edge of the runway here. Slow down just a little bit before we reach the end. Come up here. Landing lights are going to come into the on position now. Nose lights are going to go to takeoff. Strobe lights are going to come into the on position. And we are good to go, everybody. Throttles are going to come up to about 40% as we turn onto the runway. Enjoy the takeoff, everybody, out of Newcastle. Throttle levers are set and up to flex. Takeoff, landing gears coming up after positive rate. Take a look outside here. Nice scenery of England below us. Adjust our height a little bit here. Keep our wings level. Let's come down just a little bit. Start gaining some speed. Excellent. Excellent, excellent takeoff, everybody. Takeoff out of Newcastle. Still climbing here nicely. Let's start our left-hand turn. Look at that, huh? Awesome. Still hand flying the airplane for now. Getting bumped around a little bit. Nothing too terrible. Alright, let's level off our wings here. Just above 200 knots, our flaps can come forward. Alright, now making a right-hand turn. Fantastic stuff. I love this head tracking, man. So cool. Alright, leveling off our wings again to start going on course. Alright, excellent. Still hand flying the airplane, however, I'm going to turn over the control to the autopilot here momentarily. No need for me to be hand flying the airplane anymore. So autopilot's going to come on. As we come up to our cruising altitude, like I said, cruising altitude is only 23,000 feet today. I'm going to turn head tracking off. We will go back to head tracking once we are coming down to land. Get over to a nice engine view. All right, beautiful departure out of Newcastle, everybody. On our way to London Heathrow. Flight time was about 48 minutes after departure. Alright, I believe we just hit 10,000 feet. Let's get back in the cockpit. Yep, 10,500, which means our landing lights are now going to come into the off position. as well as the nose lights coming into the off position and the runway turnoffs. Strobe lights are going to come into the auto position. We're flying, everybody. To London Heathrow we come. We take a look at our progress over here. Make sure we are all good to go. Distance to go looks like 242 miles. So not really a long flight whatsoever to get over to London. Which is why we're only going to be cruising at 23,000 feet. Missed the takeoff. Uh-oh. Sorry about that, mama. Hopefully you'll be able to stick around for the landing, or you won't be busy. Little bumpy, as we continue on up to the short flight to London Heathrow. Let's get some nice outside views, which means the game audio needs to come down. There we are. Beautiful. Let's get some tunes turned on. So how's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? Having a nice Saturday afternoon so far, I hope. And once again, I just want to thank everybody for watching. I'm going to bring this up as always. Looking for 25 subscribers by August 1st. We are more than halfway through to our goal now. We are sitting at 14 subscribers at the moment. Thank you to everybody that's subscribed so far. Honestly, we are rocket shipping past our goal very fast, and I really have a lot of confidence that we will hit 25 subscribers by August 1st. I can't thank everybody enough who has already subscribed. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much and coming and hanging out with me during my streams and letting me fly you around to a lot of cool places. Really appreciate it. I'm doing good at work, of course. Oh man, what time do you get out today? Hopefully it's early. Alright, get back inside the flight deck. Looks like we're just about to reach our cruising altitude here. 221 miles to go until London, and looks like we will be landing in probably, if I had to guess, about 38 minutes. Thousand to go on our altitude. Five o'clock. Oh boy. Well, I hope it goes by fast for you, for sure. The flight to Glasgow from London is only 38 minutes, another short one. Couple short flights today on this nice Saturday afternoon. Jump back into the cockpit, make sure we're all square and everything's good to go. All right. Doing really well so far. Let's hop back outside. Engine power came down to idle. We were going a little bit too fast there, but we should hear the engine spool back up momentarily. Here we go. Engines are spooling back up now. Looks like we're starting another slight turn there, heading towards London. We'll be starting our descent shortly. 23 minutes until arrival, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to my one viewer hanging on with me. I appreciate it. I know everybody's probably busy on this awesome Saturday afternoon. Let's get a better view here. Go back into co-pilots. Come all the way to the left, click pilots. Outside the airplane we go. Alright, now from here, come over the top. How cool is this, huh? Let's get a view from over here. Right aligned. Let's get right inside. There we go. Nice wing view. Save that. We have view number 1, view number 2. And then get this back inside the cockpit. Perfect. All right, everybody. Doing well, doing well. We were starting our descent. Probably another 60 miles to go, and we are about 19 minutes from arrival in Heathrow. Hopefully we have a nice arrival into London. The Airbus is always very friendly when it comes to arrivals. Starting a turn. Anybody want to take some bets in chat what kind of landing this will be? Will it be a good one? Once again, everybody, I am going to repeat this. Whoever's watching, make sure you click that thumbs up button on the video, click the subscribe button, and turn on notifications for my channel. We have 14 subscribers out of our 25 subscriber goal, of which I would like to reach by August 1st. Thank you to everybody that's subscribed so far, and remember to please share the stream if you would, to get some more viewers in here for the hangout sessions. I would really appreciate it, and thank you again to everybody that's subscribed so far. Really, really grateful for your support. Thank you. Alright, 115 miles to go. Let's take a look at our descent again. Still, yeah, about 59 miles away is when we're going to want to start descending. Get over here to performance, cruise, descent, manage 290. All right. Starting our descent in about another 30 miles. Let's just make sure we'll turn this over to plan mode. Make sure our arrival is plugged in, which it is. Excellent. Just got 59 miles until we arrive is when we're going to want to start descending. That is going to come up very quickly. Very, very quickly. It's so loud in here, lots of people, 2 benefits going on, but I'm watching. Oh, thank you. Really appreciate it. Don't have many people in here this afternoon. Everybody's busy on a nice Saturday. "77 miles to go." Alright, we have started our descent down to London. We should be arriving, if everything goes to plan, we should be arriving in about 8 or 9 minutes. Beautiful, clear skies over England today. Absolutely awesome. Let's just make sure that live weather is on. Which it is, okay. Good stuff. Always want to double make sure. Just pulled us out of standard altitude mode and adjusted our barometric pressure for the arrival. We will be there very, very shortly, coming down through 2,000 feet, 44 miles to go until the arrival. Let's open up some speed brake to help us slow down. Take a look at the weather for Heathrow. Weather for Heathrow is looking about 79 degrees Fahrenheit or 26 degrees Celsius. Winds are coming in from north-northeast at 7 miles per hour. Visibility is 6 or more miles. Clouds, clear sky below 12,000 feet, which we don't have any clouds right now at all. And there's no significant weather observed at this time, so it should be an absolutely fantastic arrival into Heathrow. Try to continue to bleed some of this speed off. One more notch of speed brake. Maybe getting a little bumpy here through our descent. The music will be coming down shortly. And as always, before we land, I always like to thank everybody for liking, subscribing, sharing, and turning on notifications for my channel. If you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on the notifications, as well as hitting that like button. Subscriber goal is to hit 25 by August 1st. We are at 14. More than halfway to our goal. Thank you everybody that's subscribed so far. I really appreciate it. Alright, we're going to turn approach mode on now, as well as our glide slope information for the ILS. Now that we're below 10,000 feet, our landing lights both need to come into the on position. Our nose lights need to come into the takeoff position. And our runway turnoffs are going to come on as well. We are going to make a short for a slight right-hand turn, which means we're going to bring this into managed heading mode. The music is going to come down, everybody. Looks like that might be London City down below. Might be mistaken, I'm not entirely sure. Not too familiar with this area, to tell you the truth. Make adjustments to our turn. Start to really slow down here. Making a big wide turn to turn towards the runway. Okay, alright. There's our runway down to our left there. We might be a little high. That's okay, we can adjust for that. Flaps coming down more. Ooh, we are getting an overspeed alarm. Uh-oh. Not good, everybody, we are way too high. Slow us down just a tad. There's our runway right there. We are really high, dear God. Normally a go around would be acceptable here, but you know. This is something that would not be advisable. We might have to end up going around. Our speed is going to be way too hot.
2,500.
Yeah, our speed's going to be way too high. We're going to have to go around. God darn. That stinks. Okay, everybody, performing a go around. Flaps coming back up, going around. Way too high on that approach. Get up to 35 hundo. Darn, can't believe we missed the approach. It's okay. We will go around and try again, ladies and gentlemen. Fly out from the runway here just a little bit. .500 feet is where we will sit. Darn, can't believe we had to go around there. That's alright though, better be safe than sorry. On landings like that, we are really just not sure. Start another big turn. Sorry about the go around, everybody. It happens sometimes, though, unfortunately. So green and lush, yes it is. Absolutely is. Alright, start another right-hand turn. Can't believe we have to go around. Golly. My fault completely. Absolutely my fault. Runway is going to be off to our left-hand side. There's the airport right there. Man. fly out a couple of miles here so we can perform a left-hand turn to turn back towards the runway. Alright, we're going to slow the airplane down a little bit more here. Put flaps to 1. Putting some flaps down now before we start our next turn to land on runway 27 left. After that go around, we were just unfortunately way too high on that approach. That is completely our fault. Making a nice wide turn now, heading 360. Alright, coming back around to land now. The airport's off there, 2 hour left. Have to time this turn perfect here. One more notch of flat. Alright, approach mode is coming back on. Hopefully we will intercept the ILS shortly and we'll start turning on our own. Hopefully we won't have another issue of having to go around. I really hope not. Going around always just takes a lot of time. Alright, everybody, about to land. Enjoy the arrival. Really appreciate everybody being here. Sorry about the delay in the arrival. We did have to go around, but landing gear is down. Flaps are all set to go. I will be letting you guys know when it's going to be my control. Thank you for hanging out, and welcome to London, everybody.
$2,500.
My control. Getting bumped around just a little bit. Should have no problem straightening us out, though. A little bit off the center line. Let's get back over. Small corrections only.
1,000.
Alright, 1,000 to go. Continuing.
$500. $400. $300. $200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Alright, everybody, welcome to London. Take our next turn right here to our right. High-speed turn off. Alright, welcome to Heathrow, everybody. Excellent stuff. Flaps are coming full forward. Speed brake is coming back up. Looking up top. Landing lights are coming into the off position. Runway turn-off lights come off. Taxi lights come into the on position. APU bleed's going to come on. Master APU is going to come on. And APU starter is going to come on. Strobe lights are going to come off. And let's go get parked at our gate, everybody. Welcome to London once again. Not a bad touchdown there. I am proud of it. Welcome to London, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be taking a right-hand turn up here. Thank you, appreciate that. Tried my best with that landing. We were getting blown around just a little bit, but it wasn't too terrible. Let's go park up here next to our other Airbus friends quickly. Be taking this spot right on the right here. Alright, let's start slowing down. Start making our turn. Welcome to London, ladies and gentlemen. Alright. Oh boy, I don't know if we're gonna fit in here. Looks like we're not going to, but it's a simulator, so we're gonna ignore any... Oh yeah, we clipped that area, that other Airbus on our left there. But no big deal. Let's get all nice and stopped right in front of the gate. Alright, perfect. Parking brake comes into the on position and engines 2 and 1 come off. Welcome to London, everybody. Taxi lights come into the off position. We are good to go already. We have our APU bleeds on, our APU gen on. Let's connect the jetway over to the airplane. We're going to come over here to the EFB. Oops, come on, where are we? There we go. Services, jet bridge is going to be connected. Ground power unit, we're going to request that it be hooked up. Alright. Get a look outside. Ground power unit is sitting right there for us. We're going to come up top and wait until we have the ability to turn on the external power. It's available now. External power comes into the on position, APU bleed comes off, and master APU starter comes into the off position. Our fuel pumps are now going to come off into the off position. Welcome to London, everybody. Thank you for joining me on that first leg. I am going to be taking a quick intermission very shortly, or very quick intermission, and get the airplane reloaded, get the airplane reconfigured so we can go from London to Glasgow. See everybody in about 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you. Alright everybody, welcome back. Here we are in London, on the stand, currently waiting for our passengers to finish boarding and their luggage to finish going into the luggage compartments. We are all set to go. The airplane is already up and running inside. The only thing we have to do from here on out is calculating our performance and entering in our flight plan. So let's get into the cockpit here and start those procedures. First thing we're going to do is get our flight plan entered in. Our flight number continues as BA1018. Enter that into the flight number. Come over to our EFB, and our cost index is 30 and our cruising altitude is 220. Cost index of 30. Cruising altitude is flight level 220. Enter that in. Perfect. Alright, looking good. Wind and temperatures. Wind request, there we go. Wind request, there we go. Get all of our winds in here. Perfect. Alright, let's get our flight plan calculated in here. From London, we are going direct to Compton. Direct to CPT, next waypoint. Enter that in. From Compton, we are going direct to Bacon, and that's it. BCN, and that's all she wrote. Insert that in. Perfect. Now we're going to enter in our departure and arrival. Looks like we are leaving runway 27 right out of Heathrow. Come up here. Departure 27 right. Entered in. And we are going via the Compton 3 departure, which is this right here. There we go. And it's not allowing us to put a transition in, which is kind of funny. Alright, either way, inserting that in. Alright, looking good. And our arrival in Glasgow looks like it's just going to be runway 4. Right, insert that in. 154 miles. Something doesn't seem right. Let me check something out here. Bear with me just a moment, just checking into our flight plan really quickly. Might have to switch up our second leg, ladies and gentlemen. We were going to Glasgow before this, but now I think we're going to switch it up and we're going to go to Manchester instead. No, you know what we did wrong? We did something wrong with planning our flight plan, EGPF. What did I put in? EGPF. That's what I did wrong. No, we're still going to Glasgow. I was just a dummy and did something wrong with the flight plan. That's what I did. EGPF. There we go. That looks right. All right. Much better. Makes a lot more sense now. Whoopsies. Good thing I double checked, everybody. But all we need to do is we just need to switch that over, and there we go, which means all of our routing information is going to change down here now. So we need to go back up into the net reference page over here. See, I had it backwards. I put in EGFP, but it's EGPF. I am a dummy. EGLL to EGPF. There we go, everybody. All right. Alrighty, now we have to go back in here and make sure we have cost index is still 12, cruising altitude is 36,000 feet now. Looks like that's already been put in. I think it already put our flight plan in as well, did it? It did. Alright. Excellent, excellent, excellent. UMLA 1F departure on 27 right. We're still departing 27 right, just like we normally would. Different departure, though. This one right here. If I'm correct. Yep. Insert that in. Excellent. Arrival into Glasgow, everybody. Runway 23. Via the RIBE 1G arrival. Let's see, what's our transition? The RIBE transition, which we don't have available, so we're just going to insert that as is. Alright, very good, everybody. Our flight plan is now put in. Just to double make sure, we'll come over here to the plan page and we will cycle through our routing just to make sure that we have everything correct. Flight plan discontinuity, clear that discontinuity. Clear that discontinuity. Alright. Look at that. Perfect, everybody. Flight plan is literally perfect. Couldn't be any happier with that. Alright. Get that back into ARC. We need to get our cruising altitude and everything is set up here on the autopilot, so we're cruising at 36,000 feet. Like I said, on the way to Glasgow. Perfect. That's been entered in. Let's get our V-speeds up and ready to go. Performance, we're going to be flaps 1. Excellent. Flex 2 temperature is going to be 35. There we go. Transition altitude is 6,000. Let's get our numbers in 130, 131, and 135. Our speed will come up here to 135 just to have that plugged in. Let's get our QNH reset, which it is. Perfect. The performance tab is all set. Our flight plan tab is all set to go. We are ready to push once we get the rest of our stuff going. So APU bleed's going to come on. Fuel pump is going to come on. APU master switch is going to come on. And APU start switch is going to be initiated. Beacon lights are on already. Navigation lights are on already. Get our fasten seatbelt signs on for the passengers. Let them know that we are going to be getting ready to go. No smoking comes into the on position as well. We're going to come down. We are going to lock the cockpit door. And now what we're going to do is we are going to check our airport map just to make sure that we are heading to the correct area of the airport for our departure. I believe 27 right is down here. Yep, that is 27 right, so we got to get all the way across the airport. Well, not really all the way across, it's really not that far. We're going to push back and to the left. We're going to come out straight and take our first right, and that will follow us all the way down to runway 27. Down here. APU has been completely started now, as you can hear by the airflow through the cockpit. Let's get our pushback planned out and to the left. Learning curve? Nah, that one wasn't a learning curve. That was me just being dyslexic and switching 2 letters on accident in the flight plan when I was putting it in. And, you know, I noticed because it gave me a runway to land on, and when I looked, it said the runway was only 2,300 feet long. So, automatically knew something wasn't right when it came to that. Let's get the pushback started. We are going to disconnect the jetway from the airplane. Away it goes. Excellent. We're going to come up here. We're going to get all of our fuel pumps turned on. APU is good to go. External power is going to come off. APU gen is on. Alright. Once the tug gets connected, we are going to be good to start our engines. So let's sit and wait patiently.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
Lifting us up off the ground.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start.
Alright, cleared for start and push, everybody. Parking brake is getting released.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing
Ignition
pushback.
switch is coming over to the ignition/start
You
mode.
will start in the sequence.
Over it goes to the right. Starting in sequence. Engine 2 starting. Let's take a look. Watch our N1 rise. When N1 comes up to 2.5%, or N2 comes up to 25%, fuel will be introduced to the engine automatically. Let's hop over to the other side. Airbus A380 right there, big airplane, very big airplane. Alright, sounds like we got a good engine start. Let's head back inside, make sure our engine generator for number 2 is on, which it is. Now we're going to start engine number 1. Engine number 1 start switch comes into the on position, and we'll hop over to the wing and listen to the startup.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Setting the parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Clear to
All
disconnect.
right.
See you at the side. Have
cabin
Engine
crew
number
delight.
1 has started
Holding
up
position,
successfully.
waiting for the visual.
Let's get
Thank
back
you and
inside the
goodbye.
cockpit here. Alright, everything's looking good. As soon as we get confirmation that our generator 1 is online, we will disconnect the APU bleed along with the APU. Alright, perfect. APU bleed comes off. Master APU switch comes off as well. We need to come back down here and turn our ignition into the normal position. There we go. Airflow is coming back into the cockpit, as you can hear there. Excellent. Next thing we need to do is we need to test our flight controls. Again, that's going to be full left aileron. There we go. Full right aileron. Perfect. Full forward elevator. Good. Full rear elevator. Good. Full left rudder. Full right rudder. Excellent. We are good. Hopping over to the wing view, we are going to select flaps to 1. You can watch them come down. Alright, flaps are down to 1. Let's get back into the cockpit. We should be all set to start taxiing, which means we are going to put our taxi lights on and our runway turn-offs on. Seatbelt signs are all good to go. Alright, everybody, let's go to Glasgow. Let's just double make sure of our taxi routing one more time. Yep, it's going to be straight out ahead and taking our first right, follow that all the way down until eventually we are going to have to make kind of a weird turn towards the very end, but I'll let you know when we're about to make that turn. So, parking brake comes off. Let's get the bird rolling. Alright. Rolling nicely. Let's go to Glasgow, everybody. As soon as we turn onto this taxiway, we will start the taxi checklists. Alright, making a right-hand turn. Alright, taxiing checklist can go on. As you can see, our first checklist there is telling us that we need to have our auto brake set into the max position. So there goes the auto brake into the max position. Our cabin crew needs to be notified. We're going to come up here. We are going to hold this all button until you hear the call go. There goes the call, which is perfect. They are notified now. Let's come down here to our spoilers. Spoilers need to come into the arm position by pulling up on them just like that, which we are all set to go. Now we need to test our takeoff configuration down here. Click on that, and we have been tested, and we are confirmed normal. Perfect. Taxi checklists are complete. Hey Mike, popping in quick. I'm at work. Hey Kelly, how are you? Thank you for coming in here and popping in to say hi. Just about to depart out of London for Glasgow on our second leg of the day in British Airways A320neo. We'll get a quick outside look just so you can see the airplane. There she blows, looking beautiful in all of her glory. Fantastic. Yes, you did. Takeoff will be in just a few moments. Absolutely perfect weather here in London today for our flight down to Glasgow. Jump in the cockpit, jump in the right wing view real quick. as we go by the other terminals here at Heathrow. Pop over to the left-hand side as well. Alright. Just check our map and make sure we are still heading in the right direction, which we are. Right. A little bit of a long taxi. Heathrow is a very, very large airport, so that's to be expected. Just wanted to remind everybody as well, we are at 14 subscribers. As you can see here, 14 subscribers out of our 25 subscriber goal. I want to hit that 25 subscriber goal by August 1st. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. You are too kind. It is greatly appreciated. Remember to please like this video, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications if you haven't already. And please feel free to share the stream and tell your friends and family about it as well. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. It's been fun so far. Only been doing this 2 weeks, just about, and I've had a lot of fun. Makes flying the flight simulator that much more fun when people are watching. Greatly appreciate everybody being here and having support during each and every one of my streams. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you again. All right, here is that turn I was telling everybody about that we need to take. Actually, you know what? Nope, we can't make that turn. We need to stay straight up here. No taking that left-hand turn. All right, no big deal. Only gonna save us a few seconds anyway. But as we approach the runway, gonna come upstairs to our overhead. We need to get our landing lights into the on position. There they go, both of them. Nose lights go into takeoff, and our strobes come into the on position. Take this left right here. Nope. Okay. We need to take this left right here though. And then runway 27 right will be right in front of us. Alright everybody, enjoy the departure. Make sure your seatbelt signs, or your seatbelt sign, make sure your seatbelts are fastened for me. We greatly appreciate that. We don't need any hiccups going on for this landing or this takeoff. I'm all over the place, my goodness. Whoa, boy, a little bit of a hill right there, huh? Alright, throttles are coming up to 40% power. Alright, everybody, going into flex power for takeoff. Airspeed's building and alive. V1 rotate. Alright, up we go. Positive rate of climb, landing gear coming up. Say goodbye to London for now. Alright, what an excellent departure. We need to stay on track here for our runway heading nose. Needs to come up a little bit more. Keep our climb on track. Let's look to the left. Scenery looking beautiful. Leaving London. Alright, little bumpy. Come to the right here to stay on course. Still ahead, flying the airplane. Levers need to come into climb power. Perfect. Keep our right-hand turn going. We'll come over and get a good wing view. Flaps are going to come forward to 0. Up they go. Yeah, no tea and crumpets for you. You were a little bit late. We had some though. They were delicious. Just kidding. Alright, still hand flying the airplane here. I think it's safe to go ahead and throw on the autopilot now. On she goes. I believe we have an altitude limit here of 6,000 feet. So we're just going to level off at 6,000 feet for now until we reach an area where we can go above that altitude. Leveling off nicely. Starting a nice right-hand turn. And we're off. Yes, we are. There we go. Beautiful London in the background. After departure, going to Glasgow. Flight time's about 55 minutes for the second leg of our journey, everybody. Beautiful. Love the Airbus. Love me the 737 as well, but the Airbus A320, man, just has something about it that's just out of this world. Flies fantastically. And Fly-by-Wire, the same company that has made this airplane that we're flying right now, is also going to be producing an Airbus A380, which I am beyond excited to start flying. You have no idea. I can't wait for that airplane to release. No idea when it's going to be releasing. Fly-by-Wire hasn't said anything about that yet, unfortunately, but I'm sure we'll find something out sooner rather than later. So it looks like we're limited to 6,000 feet until we get to, looks like Woburn here, but as soon as we pass a umlaut right here, we have clearance to clear to 36,000 feet. So alright, in-game audio is going to come down just a little bit and music is going to come up. Alright, fantastic everybody. Thank you for joining me on the second leg over to Glasgow from London. If you wouldn't mind, please share this stream on any of your social media platforms, or just even by telling anybody verbally and in person. I would greatly appreciate that. Jump back inside the cockpit here. We should be starting our climb. Yep, there we go. We're starting to climb again. Up to 36,000 feet for this flight. Estimated arrival right now, if we have a look at our flight plan, we are scheduled to arrive in about, this right now says an hour and 10 minutes, but that's, I don't think that's going to be accurate. I think we're going to be there a lot sooner than that. Once we get up in altitude and we really start turning up the speed of the airplane. There we go, those engines have come to life more. Alright, doing fantastic so far on our way to Glasgow. We should be there, and my prediction's probably about another 50 minutes, so hang tight everybody, and enjoy the ride. Alright, let's jump back into the flight deck and make sure that we are all on track and there's no bells and whistles. We need to put ourselves into standard. Standard has been put in for us. Let's go up top. Landing lights need to come off. I should have done that a while ago, but oh well. Nose lights come off as well as runway turn-offs. No, fasten seatbelt sign is going to come off. Everybody's free to move about the cabin. Please exercise caution, and we advise that you leave your seatbelts on even while sitting. But thank you everybody for joining us so far on our way up to 36,000 feet on the last leg of our journey to Glasgow in this British Airways A320neo. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it, and thank you for helping the channel grow. As I've mentioned, we are at 14 subscribers out of our 25 subscriber goal. We want to hit 25 subscribers by August 1st. So if you haven't done so already, or you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell. I would greatly appreciate it. I can't thank you enough. How was your work party yesterday? It was good. It was good. Pretty nice. Had some food, ended up going out afterwards. Riding around Newport, went to a couple of restaurants. It was fun. Got home nice and early. Got home just past 10 o'clock. Wasn't out too late. Look at the landscape of England out there, huh? So cool. How nice it looks in the game. Switch over to the other side. Everybody, don't forget Monday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be back in an Airbus A320neo, but we will not be in England. We will be back in the United States. We are going from Denver, Colorado to Salt Lake City, and then Salt Lake City to Sin City, baby, Las Vegas. Can't wait for that one. Always fun flying into Las Vegas. The scenery of the desert is awesome. Can't wait to see it. Beautiful day, it is. Really, really nice. Perfect flying weather, not too many bumps, no clouds. Was hoping this weather for when we were flying around Hawaii, but we weren't that lucky. But oh well, you can't have them all. Let's make sure that we are on track for arrival. Looks like we are 256 miles away, just passing through 26,000 feet. We will be arriving in probably another 45 minutes or so. Jump outside. Very, very cool. Good tune right here. I enjoy this one. going nicely. Nice, smooth air over the land of England today. Let's hop back in the flight deck and make sure we don't have anything awry going on. Just about to reach our cruising altitude. We're just passing through 33,300 feet on our way up to 36,000. We're going to be starting our descent very shortly after we level off at cruising altitude, though. Not a very long flight, and that's what I really enjoy about doing these shorter flights, is they don't take long at all. You know, it kind of provides you know, to have a lot better of a stream, and, you know, rather than sitting here for 45 minutes, you know, it's a lot better than sitting here for 4.5 hours. I mean, in the future, I probably will have longer flights as the stream grows to where I can fly wide bodies like 747. I'll fly the salty simulations 747. Unfortunately, there is no good 777 or 767. There is one by Captain Sim, but it's just an absolute potato. It's a real shame that they even released that, you know, and that's just because a lot of the original developers over at Captain Sim that developed the payware aircraft for Flight Simulator X and Flight Simulator 2004 no longer work for that company. They moved on to better adventures, and, you know, unfortunately, Captain Sim is still pushing out products into the marketplace for Flight Simulator, and their standards of quality have just unfortunately decreased. And I unfortunately got suckered into purchasing the Captain Sim 777. I was so disappointed. I was expecting their usual standards of quality, and my God, it was nowhere close. They missed it by a mile. Jumping back into the flight deck here, we are at our cruising altitude of 36,000 feet, cruising right along. We have a little bit of a crosswind coming in on our left-hand side there of 19 knots. Still not too terrible. Come down here to our McDo. We have 195 miles to go until we reach Glasgow. Checking our legs out, making sure we're good. Alrighty. Let's come over here. Let's calculate our top of descent. Basically just calculate when we need to start descending the airplane. Where do we go for that? Where do we go for that? Right here, correct? Yes. Okay. Current altitude we're going to sink in. Target altitude is going to be 3,500 feet. We are going to be vertical speed of 2,000 feet. Ooh, geez, that's not what we wanted. Vertical speed of 2,000 feet per minute. So 110 miles out from Glasgow is when we will start our descent. As you can see, we are 187 miles away. So in about 70 miles, we'll start descending, which will come up on us very quickly. right. Get our runway information put in. Flaps configuration will be full. Overrate procedure, no. Reverse thrust, obviously. Auto land, no. Alright, very good, everybody. Very, very good. Alright, looking good, everybody. We need to enter in our destination data. Coming down here, we need this in Celsius. Alright, coming down here, enter destination data, which it's telling us to do, which we will. To do that, we'll go up into performance, come over to the next phase. That's our descent. We don't need that. We need our destination right here. Perfect. Alright, we need to get our QNH, which is 30.42. Enter that in. Excellent. Temperature, like we said, is 19 degrees Celsius. We will enter that in as well. Excellent. Our winds are coming in from a direction of 300 at 9 knots, so we'll enter that. 300 at 9. That gets entered in. Perfect. Barometric pressure, HPA is 1030. Oops. 1030. Enter that in. Excellent. Full flaps for configuration. We're looking at our approach speed of 132. Excellent. Alright. Go around, we're not going to worry about for now. We're not going to worry about activating the approach phase yet either. 168 miles to go, everybody. Still cruising at 36,000 feet on our way to Glasgow. Let's hop over to the wing and get some more good views here. This absolutely gorgeous day over in the skies of London. Just absolutely beautiful. Getting a good look at our contrails, leaving the back of our engines. Absolutely cool. So cool. Once again, everybody, I want to remind everyone to please hit that like button, click the subscribe button, and turn on notifications for the channel. We are currently sitting at 14 subscribers, or as I like to call everybody, crew members. We want to hit 25 of you by August 1st, so please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And thank you for joining me on these couple of legs today over the UK. Really appreciate it. Can't thank you enough. Jump back inside the airplane. Go back into the flight deck really quickly just to make sure that we are on course and on track. 142 miles to go. We are starting our descent, like I said, 109 miles out, so we're almost there, everybody. Almost there. We might actually start descending a little bit sooner. We'll see exactly what our McDo has in store for us following LNAV and VNAV. Doing absolutely fantastic still. Fasten seatbelt signs are still off, but they are going to be coming on, everybody. Just a reminder. Alright everybody, descent has started. We are descending a little bit early, like I said. That's no problem, only about 10 miles early, no big deal. Now that we've started our descent, the fasten seatbelt sign is coming into the on position. Starting our descent into Glasgow, everybody. The beautiful landscapes of the UK below us as we start our descent. Hopping back into the flight deck just to make sure we are on track with our descent, which we are. Everything's looking good. Really hoping that we nail this landing into Glasgow. We are about 115 miles away from Glasgow. We will be landing in about 16 minutes. Hopefully we don't have to have another go around like we did on our way into London. Really not hoping that's something that we're gonna have to deal with. I don't think so though. adjust this down to 2,900 feet. We are not using ATC today, so it's perfectly fine to enter in our altitude early. We don't need to follow any instructions for the descent, like I said, as we are not using ATC. Look at those mountains, or hills, whatever you want to call them. Still doing well. Hunt back into the cockpit just to make sure. Coming down to 26,000 feet. Looks like this is where we're going to have to sit for the time being, everybody. We do have an altitude limit of 26,000 feet here until we reach our next waypoint, of which will be 20,000 and so on. Taking a break on the descent now. Let's get a look on the other side. There we go. More good views as well. We have started descending once again to get down to 20,000 feet and following our lateral navigation, or vertical navigation rather. Really looking forward to this arrival into Glasgow. Maybe getting a little bumpy as we arrive and descend. Looks like we have some clouds possibly forming out here to our left. Let's check the weather in Glasgow just to be safe, shall we? Let's come over here. What do we have so far? How do we turn up the brightness on this thing here, man? iPad automatically wants me keyboard language. Auto brightness. Yeah, nah. Turn that up. There we go. So right now it's looking like the weather looking like 19 degrees Celsius. Looks like winds, like you said, coming in 300 at 9 knots. Plenty of visibility. Alright. No significant weather is going to be observed. Once again, leveling off at 20,000 feet. So did everybody get a chance to watch Stranger Things Season 4 all the way through? Is it safe to start talking about this yet? No, only on episode 5. Oh my god. Oh yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on. I found it this season hard to follow at first when we first started it. I had a hard time keeping track of it, but kind of figured it all out once everything came together. We just went below 18,000 feet, which means we are about to take ourselves out of standard altitude mode. I believe it might be 17,000 in the UK. Down here and look. Looking good. Looking good. You know, the one thing about Stranger Things is, and if there's one thing, you know, if you're going through the season, it's always kind of makes me wonder, you know, with the writing of the show, how they were able to fit Vecna in. And how they explain it. And if you haven't gotten that far yet, can't wait for you to. Season 5 is already confirmed to be happening, but I think we're gonna have to be waiting a while for Season 5, everybody. Probably, I think they said 2024 or early 2025, which is 3 years. Which means they're going to be doing a time jump, which means all the characters in the show are probably going to be a lot older than what we remember. Alright, the airplane's pulling itself up now. We are slowing down to 250 knots. we're gonna push ourselves in to standard mode here. More beautiful scenery. And once again, everybody, thank you for watching. Would greatly appreciate it if you could please like and share the stream, as well as subscribe and turn on the notifications. For all of you that have already done so and are tired of hearing me say this over and over again, that's too bad. I need to spread the word to everybody about the channel and try to make the community grow and make our audience grow, so we can have a good time together in the stream and talk about anything you can imagine under the sun. Thank you, everybody that's stuck with me so far and giving me the views and giving me their time, their valuable time to come and hang out with me. Greatly appreciate everybody. Words cannot express that enough. We should be still on track with our descent. Let's have a look. We are at 250 knots now, which is really, really good. Now descending. Just went below 13,500 feet. We'll be arriving in Glasgow, I want to say, in another 15 minutes, give or take. We are 40 miles out. And let's get the approach phase activated. If we come over here to performance, activate approach phase, confirm approach phase, there we go. Turn approach mode on. Whoa, what is going on? What do we do? I think we made a boo-boo, everybody. We need to turn this speed into our control. My bad. We're not ready to slow down quite that much yet. Yeah, that's what I heard. 2000. I would expect early 2024. But you know, season 4 got pushed back a few times. You know, the first time was because of COVID, and then it got pushed back again. So, you know, I'd be perfectly fine with waiting a couple of years as long as the season is, you know, good. They did confirm this is going to be the final season, season 5. Final season of the cast of characters that we know now, but they did say that there could possibly be some spin-off shows coming, which I'm okay with. Just went below 10,000 feet. Let's get our landing lights into the on position. Nose lights into takeoff. Runway turnoff lights are coming on. Fasten seatbelt signs are on as we start making our way to Glasgow, everybody. Really start slowing down. Let's go down to 210 knots, which is where we want to be sitting. Speed brake on to help us diminish some of that speed. I hope it'll be sooner than even 2024. I wouldn't get your hopes up on that, unfortunately. Still descending our way down towards Glasgow, perfectly fine. I'm gonna try to do a replay view again. Let's mess with these settings up here and see what we have to do. Set sequence location. Reset sequence location. Camera track recording. Timeline controls. Don't know what any of this does, to be honest with you. I will try to do this again. Maybe from this, oops. Maybe from this angle though. I want to try to get this angle for the landing, so we'll see. We'll see if we can figure it out. We are almost there, everybody. We will be wheels down, if I had to guess, probably in another 6 minutes, 5 or 6 minutes. Just checking everything out. We are still on track. 17 miles to go in total. Currently just about to pass through 6,000 feet. Music is going to be coming off, everybody. Game volume is going back up, so we can hear all the lovely sounds of the airplane as we approach Glasgow and make our landing. Alright, we are turning to line up with the runway at Glasgow. Flaps is going to come to notch 1. There's the runway right in front of us there. We are still really high. I don't like that, man. I can't stand this. How high the autopilot is keeping us, man. That's irritating. More flap coming out. Landing gear coming down. I'm going to take manual control already. 136 is our speed on the approach. But we are, look at this, look at how high we are. I don't know why this is happening with the Airbus, man. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, but auto brakes come up to medium, spoilers armed, and I can't stand that. It's the same thing that happened last time when we had to initiate a go-around. The same exact thing. Luckily, I caught it in time, and you know, I'm not going to do a go-around on the final approach.
2,500.
But this is the same thing that the airplane did to us before. Same exact thing. And now we are going really, really fast because we have to descend really, really fast. How disappointing. Maybe we can make it work to where we can spill off some of the speed. If I was a passenger on this airplane right now, I'd be absolutely horrified. Let's try to... Wow, okay.
1,000.
Yeah, no, this isn't going to work. We are going way
100
too
above.
fast. 100 above, yeah, sure, yep. We are going way too fast.
Minimum.
We might have to do another go-around because of this. Autopilot just has us coming in way too high. Oh yeah, nope, nope. This is a go-around. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, go around again. Unbelievable. Did it again. It's twice. Twice in one stream. Hey. Flaps coming up to 1. Enter manage speed mode for ourselves. We want to sit right at 210 for the speed. My goodness. Another go around, everybody. My apologies. I was really hoping that we didn't have to do this, but it's looking like that's going to be the case. Either way, no big deal, no big deal. Try to make this nice and quick. Stop that recording. If we set sequence location, start recording from here, I think that's what we're gonna have to do to get a good replay on the landing. Sorry everybody again for the go around, was not my intent. Need to fire that autopilot? Yes we do. Not sure what I'm doing wrong when it comes to that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out eventually.
$2,500.
Come up to 4,000 feet now. I just have to wait for a bit. What happened? We were coming in too high and too fast on the approach, so we are performing a go-around. The same thing happened on our approach into London. The autopilot took us in too high and too fast, of which we had to perform a go-around as well. Really not that big of a deal, but you know. At least we get to see the lovely views of the UK some more. at 4,000 feet now. We will start our left-hand turn now. One 90-degree turn. Piece of scenery looks nice. Take a look at that, huh? Goes a 90-degree turn. We will fly this out for a few moments. Unbelievable. Did this twice in one stream. Oh, finally finished last season. Can't wait for season 5. There we go. There we go. But unfortunately, we can't talk about that just yet. If it were anybody else but you two in here that cared, I would be talking about it anyway. And just turn on spoiler alerts for sure. Two wind turbines down there spinning away. Alright, let's start another left-hand turn, 90 degrees. Just came out of our turn. Look at all of those wind turbines out straight ahead. Very, very cool. Love their wind energy here, I guess. Whoops. What's whoops? Why are we whoopsing? Adjustments on our turn. Two go-arounds in one day. Can you believe it, everybody? Another view of those wind turbines right off our right hand side here. Whole farm of them, whole sea of wind turbines. Jump back inside, make sure we are still good to go. Our runway is over here on our left. Can we see it just yet? Don't believe so. Still got a little while to go on this go around though. Good opportunity to get some outside views. Jump back inside. Alright. Be almost ready to start our left-hand turn here soon. To line back up onto the runway. Another 90-degree turn. Before I even think about starting the turn, we are going to slow down. I promise you that. Little bumpy, little bumpy. My apologies for the delay again, ladies and gentlemen, for the go-around. Believe me, I'm disappointed in myself. Alright, we're going to start slowing down the airplane even more here. Alright, so we are going to start another left-hand turn. Looking good. Should be wheels down in just a few minutes, everybody. Slow down just a little bit more. One more notch of flap coming down. Getting back in the cockpit here. Our airport is off to our left. Let's see if we can see it. out here somewhere. Is that her right there? Nope. No visual contact just yet, at least not from this side. Descend a little bit more, go down to 3,500 feet. Ooh, bumpy, bumpy. Bumpy, bumpy. Perfect on the altitude. Start making our left-hand turn towards the runway momentarily. Speed is going to come back down. We're going to get our replay ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our wing view here. Reset. Set sequence location. Start recording. So now we should record from this angle. We can get a good replay view as a passenger on our landing. Left-hand turn now starting to 230 to get us lined up with the runway. Speed coming down again. There's our runway out there. You can see her. We turned a little bit early, but that's no problem. We need to start descending some more. Speed coming down some more. More flap coming down. Landing gear coming down.
$2,500.
136 is our approach speed, like before. Take manual control now. Normally I wouldn't take manual control this early, but in this instance I think it's the best course of action. Flaps are coming down to full. Auto brake coming on to medium. Spoilers still armed. Alright. Let's go, everybody. Let's get this landing into Glasgow and end the stream on a high note despite the go-around. Obviously way off center line, but I'll make that final turn here any second. Start making a turn for the center line. Looking good, everybody. Hand flying the airplane on the approach from this far out. Very cool, very fun. Alright, looking good on our altitude, looking good on our speed. Still a little bit off the center line, but we have plenty of time for corrections. Altitude and speed still look good, everybody. Enjoy the arrival into Glasgow.
1,000. 100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
$500. $400. $300. $200. $100. $50. $40. $30. $20. $10. $5.
Oh wow, that was a great landing.
Welcome to Glasgow, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful landing that was. Thank you. Hold your applause. You really don't need to clap for me. It was beautiful, I know. Alright, let's slow her down as we're coming forward here. Flaps come completely forward. Spoilers can come completely forward. Excellent, everyone. Welcome to Glasgow. Let's check out that replay now, which we should be able to stop the recording. And now I hit play. There we go. Look at that. How cool was that? Oh no, what is it doing? You see, why can't I just... I mean, this is all well and good. It's just now it's not going to show us the landing from the view that I want. And I can't figure that out, why we can't do that. Well, I mean, at least we can see the landing again from the cockpit view, but I am going to stop the playback, and now we're landing again. Okay. Alright, I gotta figure this out, because now we're landing again.
500.
The same thing that happened last time. Oh my Jesus.
400.
Hey. Now we're getting dangerously slow. Come on, engines. Spool up.
300.
Well, second landing again, everybody. Landing number 2. Same thing happened. I'm not going to use the replay function anymore. Same thing happened when I tried it last time. At least we get the same
100.
landing twice.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Oh, nice landing.
All right. Landing number 2. More applause. Thank you. I know you don't have to. Not messing around with the replay function anymore, everybody. Over trying to figure that out. Alright, flaps coming forward now. Spoilers coming forward. Let's slow the airplane down here. Alright, slow the airplane down. Alright, landing lights coming off. Runway turnoffs coming off. Nose lights coming down to taxi only. Strobes coming off. APU bleed coming on. APU master coming on. APU starter coming to the on position. Welcome to Glasgow, my friends. Thank you for being here with me. I know you got to see the landing twice. Was not my intention. That replay function is just broken. Clearly, it's not going to work right. I've tried it twice now, and you know, I've given up on it. I just wish Asobo and Microsoft would get their shit together when it comes to the replay functionality, but you know, it just might not be on the top of their priority list, which is fine, because the rest of the simulator performs well and flies well, so can't be too picky, I guess. Making a left-hand turn. To turn onto our gates here. Which one do we want to choose? We'll choose this first one right here that we are coming up to. Alright, start the turn to head towards the gate. Part of our gates are see-through. That's interesting. Alright. Slow down now. Slower down. Thank you, everybody, for, again, joining the stream today in our arrival to Glasgow. Greatly appreciate it. Can't wait to stream again on Monday. That'll do. Parking brake comes into the on position. Come upstairs, make sure APU is started and APU generator is on, which it is. Come downstairs here and turn engine number 1 and number 2 to the off position. Come up top. Beacon lights come into the off position. Taxi lights come into the off position. And let's come out here now. Absolutely perfect. Let's get our jetway connected to the airplane, even though it is see-through for whatever reason. Jetway has started to become connected. Let's get our baggage cars up to the airplane. Let's get the ground power unit. There we go. Ground power unit can become connected. He's going to back right up to us here. Excellent stuff. Thank you, everybody, again, for joining the stream today. Let's jump up into the airplane and make sure we turn everything off as need be. External power is available now. External power is going to come on. Fuel pumps are all going to come off. Fasten seatbelt signs are going to come off. Everybody can start moving around the cabin now. APU bleed's going to come off. APU master is going to come into the off position as well to start shutting the APU down. I think we are all set to go, everybody. Again, thank you so much for joining the stream. Dear God, nearly a collision outside the airplane like usual between the ground power truck and the baggage cars. That ground power unit driver, man, oh, collision. My goodness. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I will remind everybody again, if you haven't, to please subscribe, like, and share this stream, and also turn on notifications. We are sitting at 14 subscribers at the moment. We're looking to be at 25 by August 1st. We are more than halfway to our goal. We still have 3 weeks to go until we need to hit our goal. I am confident we can hit 25 before then. Thank you, everybody, again for coming and joining me on this journey throughout the UK. Ending in Glasgow. Leave you with one last look at the airplane. Again, greatly appreciate everybody who joined in today. I will see you Monday at 5:30, again in the Airbus A320neo, just like this one, except we will be Frontier Airlines, my friends. Flights on Monday, starting at 5:30, will be Denver, Colorado to St. Louis, Missouri, and then St. Louis, Missouri down to... Oh, I lied. What am I saying? Denver, Colorado to Salt Lake City, and then Utah, and then down to Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. Should be really good fun on Monday, folks. Thank you for being here once again. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications and like this video if you haven't already. Have a great rest of your weekends, everybody. Talk to you all Monday. Bye-bye.